is about 9:35 a.m. on May 7th, 2023, and I'm here in the Rambler, which I call Earl Grey, and I am driving from Saint Albans, West Virginia, up to Atlantic City, New Jersey, to spend a week volunteering at Boardwalk Hall, working on the organ up there. Actually, this time, I'm planning to do more sort of research. Planning to go to University of Pennsylvania and examine the Robert Elmore archives for information about the recording made in 1956, and so on. Anyway, I just thought I'd take a little video here. The car has an actual 24,800 and something miles, and the speedometer needle's in the way there. And I'll just make a note here. While you see that the speedometer is reading about 70, this thing reads a good, pretty much consistently 5 miles an hour too fast. So I'm not really going 70, I'm going around 65. And most of the time, I'm not even going that fast. I usually keep the speedometer at 65, so I'm doing 60. Here I'm on Interstate 79 at mile marker 73, heading north. And with nobody around, because I-79 doesn't have a lot of traffic anyway, I don't have a problem going somewhat slower. When I get into the I-95 corridor and the I-70 corridor toward Baltimore, that's where things are going to get a little more hectic, more crowded, and I'm going to feel more pressure to go faster to keep up with traffic and not, be dangerous because I'm going so slowly. So anyway, here, cars are passing me very quickly even when I'm doing what I think is 65, but that's not unusual. People go 80 through here all the time. So the car, of course, has the straight six cast iron 196 cube 6-cylinder engine, which, having only 24,000 miles on it, is like brand new. And I adjusted the valve lash yesterday, or 2 days ago, and got it nice and quiet, and the thing is just running so well. It's pretty much like driving a new car, except that it doesn't handle very well by today's standards. But it's quiet, and it's smooth, and it's just humming along beautifully. Mileage seems to be pretty good too. I've never taken this thing on a long trip, but I filled it up yesterday, and I'm at mile marker, that was 75, and it's been a good 10 or 15 miles since I filled up, and it's down a little past 3/4 of a tank. I was a little alarmed when I started out this morning because it seemed like the gas was going down really fast, but it's just the thing of it goes down really fast when it's at the very top, and then it's like slower the lower it goes. I forget, old cars do those kind of things. And of course, it doesn't have much averaging built in, so sometimes when you're going up a steep hill, it'll show that you've got more gas, and when you go down the other side, it's got less, and so on. Same thing with the temperature gauge. You go up a long hill, it starts getting warmer, you go down the other side, the temperature drops. All the things that old cars do that you forget about when you don't drive them very often. But assuming that the rest of the trip goes like this is just going to be a piece of cake. It's just running so well, so nice. I'm not going to take video all the time. When I did this the last time, which was in 2015 with the white 1960 Rambler I had, which did not have an automatic, people said, "Oh, that great video, but we never get to see the outside of the car." Well, I don't know what I was supposed to do. Hire somebody to drive alongside me and take video. But I do plan to take a little bit when I stop for gas and stuff. Maybe just get footage of people reacting to the car, because that can be the most entertaining thing of all. So from mile marker 77 on I-79 in central West Virginia, I'll sign off here. All right, it's about 1:05 in the afternoon, and climbing up Sidling Hill here in central Maryland. And I was really wondering how the car was going to handle these big long grades, you know, like 6% for miles on end. And as you can see, we're right in the middle of it. And yeah, I'm having to give it quite a bit of gas, but I've got reserve left, and the temperature goes up. But it just goes up a little bit and it just sits there. And so this thing is just doing great on these big grades. Unfortunately, this is the last big mountain heading east. Spectacular geological feature for those of you who haven't driven through here on I-68. Sidling Hill is a cut in the mountain, which I'm about to approach here. There's nobody in the car with me, but I always say that. And there's the summit. Up in Frostburg, got 17.8 miles per gallon, which may be a little bit high realistically because the speedometer reads a little bit too high, but let's just say 17, where all the mountain climbing and stuff from Charleston to here, that's still pretty good. So there was this terrible grooved pavement that's throwing the car around, so I'm gonna get off here and concentrate on steering. Okay, now here's the kind of thing that's not that much fun, especially in an old car, is getting caught in congested traffic like this. Nothing you can do about it. I'm right here at the outside of Baltimore, about to get onto 695 from 70, and this always happens through here, and I hate it. And I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that it's happening like this on a Sunday afternoon. But yeah, temperature's fine. Everything's fine. It's just no fun. And boy, I forget how fast people drive on the 70 and 95 corridor. It can be kind of horrifying, but I guess by my standards, even if I was driving the transit, I would still be horrified at how fast people drive. I mean, you know, like 90. I'm driving a little slower than most people, but not that much slower. So this is the part of the trip I'm not looking forward to, the whole 95 corridor, 695, 95 through Maryland and Delaware up to New Jersey. When I turn onto 40 in New Jersey, that's where everything relaxes again. So anyway, it's I don't know, about 2:30 in the afternoon, and who knows how long I'll be in this kind of traffic, but comes with the territory. Okay, people want shots from outside the car. Here you go. There, I'm getting gas in Delaware. And one thing to remember when you got an old car like this that helps, because they don't have those fancy valves on the gas tank, is to use the first lock position, not the second, so it fills up more slowly, because when it fills up real fast, it'll splash out. I always forget that these old cars do that because there's nothing in there, you know, it's just a big hole with the filler cap. But anyway, I'll be curious to see what the mileage is on this fill up. Turned out to be a beautiful day to drive in a car without air conditioning, nice and cool. Cloudy, exactly what I needed. And the car is running absolutely flawlessly. I mean, not a hiccup, nothing. Beautiful. Oh, the fuel pump shut off at 9.2 gallons at over 200 miles. Mileage should be pretty good this time, so we'll see. Boy, I must really, really, really like going to Atlantic City, because being willing to put up with this every time I come up here is kind of crazy. I don't know why it's always like this. There's the Delaware Memorial Bridge way out there in the distance, and this is the approach to it. And it's been like this the last several times I've come up here. I don't know what they're doing as far as construction, but it's tiresome. But the last fill up of the car there got over 22 miles per gallon, so let's factor that down a little bit. And Probably got about 21.5 realistically, even with the speedometer correction, so doing pretty good that way. I am really looking forward to crossing that bridge and getting onto New Jersey 40. Oh, Route 40. Still in the 4-lane section here. This is such a nice drive, as I said. If you've ever gone to Atlantic City and not taken Route 40, try it sometime, especially if you're in an old car. It's just a great nostalgic drive through nice countryside, and it's not going to stay 4-lane like this very long. It's going to go down to 2 lanes. And oh, there's an old Galaxy. Somebody selling. There's a classic car dealer down here, South Jersey Classics, I think it's called. Anyway, nice to be off I-95. It's such a relief. So much more relaxing to be here now, and haven't had much to eat today, so I'm going to stop somewhere and get something, and head on into Atlantic City. As far as I'm concerned, this is the home stretch, so I'll pick it up again when I get closer. And it's a little after 6 o'clock. Had to put on some Herb Alpert celebratory music. There's the skyline. Actually, from here, whoop, the hall's out there. There it is. So as far as I'm concerned, it's mission accomplished. Made it to Atlantic City, 500 flawless miles in this thing. Absolutely perfect performance. Beautiful. I mean, it really wouldn't have been any different if I'd driven the Transit. It went so well. So, from Atlantic City, New Jersey, hello, Dolly. I'm going to sign off here and go get my room and take a nap because I'm tired.